everybody. So I went to my first party with Matthew as on bass, and I can tell you a few things. I was extremely worried that I would be looked at. I was extremely worried that I would be, the odd person out. And I was very nervous and considered not going. I made Matthew food, and I made smoked cheddar macaroni and cheese for them. And considering that I have had gastric bypass, going to a large function with tons and tons of food does not sound all that great to me. So I was really worried about it and scared, and just, I didn't know what to expect. And to my complete and utter surprise, I was welcomed by everybody, and nobody looked at me like, you disgusting fatty, or cared. Nobody cared. Nobody looked at me out of the ordinary at all. Everybody was just really sweet and tried to talk to me, but I'm kind of, I get very nervous in public situations, especially because there was at least, and I'm going to say at least 100 people there. So there was a ton of people. And of course, I want to make the best impression possible. So, I'm kind of, I'm smiling, and, I'm just watching everybody eat, and, I make my tiny plate. And it's very, okay, so I'm going to take this off because the glare on the screen is driving me absolutely crazy. See how weird I look without glasses? I don't like myself without glasses. But anyway. So, I noticed a few things. So the first thing I want to talk about is when you're in a buffet style setting where you have a plethora of food. And when I say a lot of food, I mean there was a ridiculous amount of food there. There was too much food, an overabundance of food, but that's neither here or there. So to be in a situation where is going to be a lot of food, and being a food addict and having those choices out there, it is your responsibility to take control of the situation and make sure that you are not getting a gigantic portion of anything. I went through, and when I asked them to, because they dish it out for you. So every time, I put my plate up to get something, they would hand me a mound on the spoon, and I'd be like, a quarter of that, please. And they would look at me like I'd lost my damn mind. Being American, growing up in the society that I have, we're used to massive portions. We're used to being able to eat a crap ton of food. And I just watched people, and you get your plate, and it's almost toppling over the amount of food that you need. It almost made me sick to watch everybody at the table eat. It made me feel abnormally strange. As I went down the line and got my food, I got, let me tell you what I got. I got half a deviled egg. I got green bean casserole. I got about a teaspoon of green bean casserole. I got a teaspoon of cornbread stuffing. I got a teaspoon of mashed potatoes. I got a teaspoon, and when I say a teaspoon, I mean a teaspoon. I specifically told everybody who was dishing out food that I wanted a teaspoon's worth. And they looked at me like I'd lost my damn mind, but I knew that's what I needed. And then you got to the meat part of it. I took, and they had the big forks, they dig in the meat with, and it was full of fucking food. And I was like, I just want, one small piece of ham. I want one small piece of turkey. No gravy, no bread, nothing like that. No cranberry sauce, no dessert, absolutely no dessert. There was not any fresh vegetables. There were no raw anything. There was no cheese, unless it was. So I went down the line and picked out, the reason I got mashed potatoes is because my husband's like, I think he's called a raider. I can't really remember what he called himself. Actually made them, and he was like, make sure you try my mashed potatoes. And I was like, okay. So, you know, a teaspoon did not bother me. So my plate had little poops. I say poops because it's funny to me. I had little poops of, you know, this and this and this. And I picked up my spoon because I always bring my little baby spoon when I go out to eat. And I wanted to use my plate, but they wouldn't let me. So I couldn't use my little plate that I like to use. And you know, I had to explain to 3 or 4 of them. And I was like, I can't eat that much. I don't want to waste the food. There's a lot of people here, so I just want the tiniest amount. It is absolutely your responsibility for what you put in your mouth over the holiday season. I'm not being mean. I'm not being hateful. I'm just telling you that there is absolutely no excuse to overeat. None. I didn't eat the mashed potatoes. I tried a little bite of it on my fork, and that was it. You know, my spoon, that was all. I did not have any gravy. I did not want the corn pudding. I didn't even bother to eat that. Another lady at my table had made that, so they ate Matthew's macaroni and cheese, and I was being, you know, polite and put things that, you know, that they made so I could tell them that I tried it, and oh, so good. So what I'm really trying to get at is that, you know, I know that social situations are strange and they make you feel weird, and you can either falter and allow yourself to fail, or you can rise above it and do what you know that's right. Excuse me. And what I knew that was right was not to eat a whole bunch of garbage that I didn't need. I ate all of the green bean casserole. I had about a piece of turkey about this big and a piece of ham about this big, and I had like a little bit of the mashed potatoes. Like I said, I tried it and I told them, oh, those are really good, because the potatoes don't make me feel bad. Don't make me feel good. So the funny kind of thing about this is that every single solitary person at that table got more than one plate. Every single solitary one of them got more than one plate and dessert. It was, you know, to watch them, and then all of them start to complain, oh God, I'm so sick, I'm so full, I need a nap, you know. I don't feel that way. I don't get sleepy anymore unless I eat garbage. There was fried foods. There was fried turkey. I did not eat said fried turkey. The last thing I need is fried frickin' turkey. You know, so you do have a choice. You can bring food with you. I did have carrots and hummus in my purse as a backup in case they didn't have anything that I could eat. You know, they had cheesecake and cookies and pies. My jam. That shit is my jam. I am addicted to sugar. That is what I'm addicted to. I will admit it every day of my damn life. And if I could have been the one of those people who had gastric bypass and was absolutely disgusted by sugar and have no problems, you know, had vomited every time they had sugar, I would be a happy bitch right now. But I'm not. I'm not one of those lucky people. I can almost eat anything unless it's dry meat, and I don't like dumping. It doesn't feel good. It's no bueno. So I just wanted to come and tell you guys my experience with going to this party, because I am a recovering agoraphobic. And when I say recovering, I mean I literally have to force myself to get dressed and leave the house. I force myself to go to the gym. I force myself to go out and do stuff that I'm supposed to do. I force myself, because I am not going to be that girl that was 512 pounds. Plus, I have no idea how much I actually weighed, because they didn't have anything to fit me. So I'm not going to be that woman. I'm not going to let my fear of what people may think of me to ruin a good time to be had. And I'm glad that I got to meet people. I'm glad that, you know, finally people get to know, oh, you know, this is Matthew's wife. And he was very proud and very happy to introduce me to everybody. Quite a few of them actually watched my videos, and I was kind of taken back on that. They were like, yeah, we've been, Matthew plays your videos sometimes on the computer in the shop. And I was like, so it was kind of strange, and it was really fun. I am going to start sending food to his shop, because Thanksgiving and Christmas, you know, since we're not having it technically here like I did when I was in Dover, I feel bad because so many people don't have any family here and don't have anybody to spend Christmas with. So since Matthew's technically working those days anyway, I'm just going to send food with him so they can have a little taste of home, and it'll make me feel better in the long run, because that's what I did last year. Even I had just had surgery too, which is funny. Near Christmas, I had my gallbladder taken out in the end of November, so I had actually invited people over for Thanksgiving and Christmas because I wanted people to have food, and I always feel bad when, you know, you're away from home and you don't have anybody to be good to you. Other than that, I don't really have much to say than, you know, I feel really good. I was trying to figure out a way to show you my outfit today, but I don't see a good way of doing it because I'm on my thing. I put a picture of it up on Facebook. So if you follow me on Facebook, Leah, you said that you don't know how to follow me on Facebook. It is Nirvana Lee on Facebook. All right, guys. Love your faces. Always do. Every day. Every day. Don't overeat. Don't eat shit you shouldn't to. Don't do it because it'll make you sick. Don't do it. Just because everybody else jumps off a bridge don't mean you got to jump off a bridge. I didn't do it. You'll be happier in the long run when that scale goes down instead of up over the holidays, I promise. Bye-bye.